All right, so that's an example of how we work, of the movement practice. This was a sample of one of the lessons. There are many lessons. There are over thousands of lessons that cover every tendon, muscle, ligament, every bone of the body, every practically function. What I'd love to share with you now is, I'll go back to the PowerPoint. I'd love to tell you a little bit about how we work at our centers. Basically, we see two types of clients. We see people who seek solutions to problems, meaning most often it's pain or some sort of disease or some sort of injury that brings people to our office. People who want solutions, also people who feel stuck in something. I'm practicing sport and I feel I'm not making enough progress. I want to reach out and see if there are any solutions to my practice there. The second part is, the second group of people are people who are looking for a movement practice, just like a yoga practice or Pilates practice or going to gym. They recognize the importance of staying fit, of moving well, of feeling better, and they come to us for a movement practice. So for these two groups, we basically have three options. Problem solutions on the left. As always, the best option is a private session, individual session with our practitioners. There are 6 of our practitioners. 3 of them are physical therapists and Feldenkrais practitioners, and the other 3 are Feldenkrais practitioners. And the ideal path for solutions, helping with pain, helping with injury, helping with healing, is working privately, because we can tailor work individually to your needs. The second path that revolves about solutions from problems are the special focus courses. Special focus courses that I teach every year. I'll show you the 11 courses that we have so far currently. And in terms of the movement practice, people who don't necessarily want to solve a specific burning problem of pain or injury, the option is to become a member. There are 2 levels of membership. There is a basic month-to-month membership that gives you access to our classes. We teach 5 classes a week, gives you access to the library of lessons, hundreds and hundreds of lessons that we taught over practically since Zoom started, since the pandemic. We started to record lessons. We teach 5 every week, so we have hundreds and hundreds of lessons. And that's available within the basic month-to-month membership. A premium membership gives you access to all of the live classes, whether through Zoom or in the office, gives you access to the library of those hundreds of lessons, but also gives you access to these special focus courses. And special focus courses, they are, I'll tell you, let me stop sharing this screen and show you another screen with the current courses that are available. So these are 5 session courses, 5 workshops, 5 90 minutes workshops, and many of them have a homework assignments in between classes. So for example, the last one was devoted to hamstring. We had a course on walking. We had 3 courses on specific movement patterns of the spine, like spinal flexion, because certain conditions of the spine respond better to forward bending, others respond better to extension, to arching. So these are the specific movement patterns that these courses delve deep into. And we have a course on thorax and rib cage, knees, shoulders. Basically, each course has a component of anatomy. I always try to explain exactly what we're doing and how certain dysfunctions and problems are linked with certain common problems. So I want you to understand these. And each session has a full Feldenkrais lesson plus a questions and answers session. So we have the feet, neck, hips, courses. These are the courses that I taught in the past. And if you are a member, a premium member, you have access to all of them. We also have, I want to share with you plans for the future. Here we go back to this. So 3 options. In 2024, I'm planning to teach these 6 special focus courses. The first will be on everyday movements. I want to start with a very basic things that we do thousands of times every day. These will be things like getting up from a chair, things like getting dressed in the morning, rolling out of bed, to help people. And this is not only for people who really struggle with getting out of bed with really difficult movement problems, but to all of us, because how you get out of bed is going to show up with everything you do. If you hold your breath when you're turning over, when you're straining, when you're clenching your teeth, when getting out of bed, I bet you are clenching your teeth not only at that moment, but also in other times. So the first course will be on everyday movements. Then I'll teach a course on posture. I'll teach a course on breathing. I'll teach a course on arthritis, on managing how to deal with whole aspect of joint preservation when the joint is already arthritic. Of course, I wish I was able to revert arthritic conditions and heal completely. Nobody can, but we can learn how to manage it best we can. We can employ effective and successful strategies for unloading the joints and preserving joints. Then we are going to have a course on back pain and sciatica. And finally, another course will be on balance, on our balance. So that's what's coming up, meaning a lot of possibilities for you to study, a lot of possibility to use our services and offering. Part of both basic and premium membership are our classes, our live classes. We teach 5 of those classes. For example, inspired by the class last walking workshop, I started to teach a full year-long course on walking. So every Tuesday, I teach a lesson about walking. And we will continue it throughout the year. Each lesson is separate, so you don't have to go back if you missed the first. You can just show up next Tuesday, and there will be a walking lesson. Each lesson stands on its own. Kasia is teaching, so we have myself teaching Tuesday. Kasia teaches 2 classes. There is class taught by Marion on posture and a class on mobility with Janet. And maybe Kasia, you could say a few words about your class.
Hi, everyone. Very nice to see you. Thank you for coming. So just briefly, the 2 classes that I offer are, first of all, slightly different. They're not the standing class I teach on Monday morning is a class in the Jeremy Krause approach, solvents and glue. And this is not a Feldenkrais class. This is a class that I think the method grew out of Feldenkrais. Jeremy Krause was a long time Feldenkrais method trainer. He taught over 30 training programs. And then he developed this method to deal with his own knee injury. He wanted to go back to skiing and also to help clients develop more strength, stability, more solidity, and more agency in upright positions. So there are Feldenkrais method principles that are used, and also we work in standing. We're right now with my group, we're at class number 11. So my recommendation is, if you wanted to check it out, is to start from number 1, which is on our platform. All the recordings are there. And then go through the progression. It's a wonderful class for me and for some of the participants, from what I hear, is to kind of learn new approach to their bodies, and to learn how to build up some muscular strength. We talked about muscles. And then on Wednesday in the morning, I teach a class that is on the floor lying down, that offers some clarifying movements, some more development of certain movements that we do in standing, but on the floor. Okay.
So thank you, Kasia. And so we have so many options for you, and we are thrilled to work with people who are curious, who are interested in developing their movement literacy, understanding of your own body, of how you move and how you can go around your injuries. Sometimes the injuries, when provided proper healing environment or homeostasis, disappear completely. Sometimes there are chronic conditions that don't necessarily disappear, but you learn how to navigate, how to manage the problems, and you learn that you're better than ever, even having the injury or a certain condition that maybe is not necessarily curable, like arthritis, for example. So now I would like to open the floor to questions and answers, and maybe if there is anybody willing from our current clients to say a few words about how you find our work, what's your experience with working with us, what do you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, maybe there will be a moment for somebody to say a few words from the clients who've been with us. This whole adventure of dealing with pandemic pushed us to be live through Zoom. This was completely a new territory, and now we are a few years after, and it's been actually a fantastic tool, and many of our clients been with us for a very long time, practicing diligently from lessons. So if you would like to, please say a few words. And if you would like to just ask questions, I'll be here for a few more minutes. And of course, we have a raffle next. So at the end, Wallace will help us with that. So let's turn to the floor. If there are any questions, or
Eugenia, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Oh, Eugenia.
Hi, I'm Eugenia, a long time Feldenkrais member, and just to say I'm very grateful. I'm a very active person in sports and dance, and I've had various injuries, and the Feldenkrais method has been incredibly helpful. I can understand how to use my body, and I can understand how to work with my clients as a result as well, and help them. So I try to always recommend Feldenkrais, but most of all, it's just knowing how, as Marek said, how to tune in and see what's best. And from there, I find the best options to just live in my body and my life. So thank you.
Thank you, Eugenia. Wonderfully put. Beautiful. Josephine, it's a pleasure working with you, Eugenia.
I just want to say that I've been studying with the Feldenkrais for years, even before I met this group. And it's so invaluable, you know. And sometimes I screw up and I do my own thing, and I find that that's not so great. And I go back to, oh yes, this is what you got to do, you know. But I can't say enough about the work and the new process of giving the discussion beforehand with the images is incredible, just incredible. When I talk to friends, they don't want to hear anything, you know, with science. And I'm hoping that I can convince people to try it. It was kind of like what Marek said about his initial reaction when he started, that he didn't, you know, he didn't take to it, and then he found it great. But I just can't say enough about how it's affected my life. And I'm up there in age, so pre-flight walk up, so I got to do something.
Thank you, Josephine. And wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
It's also a pleasure. It's we love our students. We love people who are curious, who are devoted to this ongoing, because it's an ongoing. It's not a quick fix. It's an ongoing, it's a lifestyle. Of course, sometimes there is a time where you feel like I've done Feldenkrais daily for 2 months. I need rest now. So yeah, you come, you go, but it's a wonderful method that will be with me forever. And this is how I lick my own wounds when I injure myself, when I'm in trouble. And it never failed me. It never failed me. It is, you just go back to restoring homeostasis, doing small movements, this idea of early mobilization rather than stopping. Okay, David, next you are.
Yes, I'm on both a phone and a computer that doesn't have a picture, so I don't know if you can see me. But I've been here since I fell down the subway steps, and I just had shoulder surgery. They just took this muscle and put a hole in the bone and stretched it and put it in the top muscle. And the physical, that's on December 26th, and the physical therapist was surprised at how great a range of motion I had. She was expecting far less, and even though the pain, dealing with the pain is a challenge, I think part of it is that Marek, especially, you know, not Feldenkrais is wonderful in many ways, but I think the diagrams and the understanding you get, and also Marek and everyone in this organization encouraging going slowly, and if you can't do the movement in your imagination. I used to think, oh, that's stupid, that's for sissies. But now I can't move the left arm, so I move it in my imagination, and I can feel it moving.
Fantastic.
So there are options that this goes, and Marek will say, don't be donkey. And I thought, well, I'll be donkey if I want to be him. And now I won't be donkey. Now even my wife says to me, don't be donkey. So I think it's this is one of the best places you could go to. And yeah, just as and also, you know, after an operation, you have pain and you have hopelessness. But coming to this class today, I'm far more hopeful because I could feel there was ways to raise the left arm by using the right arm that when you get the diagram from physical therapists that says just do this movement, doesn't tell you anything. But this allows you to experiment and just say, okay, there it is. I'm backing off, I'm doing 20%. So it teaches you concepts. And I think especially here. And so that's all. I'm so much a fan. My wife says, shut up. So
thank you, David. And what you said about hopelessness, and my last newsletter was about that early mobilization, being able to move and introduce movement in a safe way early in your troubles, whatever you in pain, is helping you restore this confidence that no, I'm going to be all right. Because the first thing that happens when we injure ourselves is fear. Will I be okay? Is this forever now? Will I ever get better? Will my back ever heal? Or this is now my reality and I will just deteriorate? And catastrophic thinking, the bleakness of the situation, plus immobilization. If you not move, if you stop and live in fear, this is a serious consequences. But giving yourself, even moving not your injured part, but starting to move your foot or somewhere else far away from where your trouble is, you're starting, oh yes, I'm moving. Oh, this is better. I feel that's easier. That's so optimistic and so helpful and triggers healing. Suzanne, you're next.
Hi, Narek, and hi, Kasha. What a great afternoon. Thank you very much. It really has been. I will say that I was divinely led to you from a woman I found online who said, if you're in serious trouble, find a practitioner in your area. She was in Oregon. I found her on TV. I had instant gratification the first time I did a movement for my lower back. But the first time I'd taken Feldenkrais years ago was in a night school class in a very crowded round room, which was very difficult for all of us to lie down. However, something triggered a memory of it was the way I like to practice, where I'm not in a hurry and I'm not being forced to get strong right away. So when I came to you, I will say to everybody here that hasn't met you or Kasha, it was instant love. And there was a saying that, well, it's slow motion gets you there faster. And that was by a piano player named Hoagie Carmichael. That's it. But the other thing was that the day before you hurt your back, when you were recently on your way to the competition, I had an identical experience. And I describe when my back goes out as hot lava. It's a slow motion pain that starts and I panic. And it's happened twice since I moved here. And both times I took a pill called Flexeril, which was a muscle relaxer. Am I still on video?
Yes, you are. You're still.
Oh, I lost the picture. Yeah. But I will tell you that this last time I went into the bathroom and there I have a sign that says, your body's ability to heal itself is greater than anyone has permitted you to believe. I literally had the Flexeril on my tongue. I took it out and put it on the counter. And I thought, I know what to do. I know what to do. I breathed, I walked, I moved. I very gently did it. And instead of 5 days of no movement, drugged out, I was better in 2.5 days.
Yay!
From Feldenkrais. So those movements, simple as they are, even the ones I couldn't do in my brain, really carried me through. So it comes, like there was a piece in your talk today where you said, you don't have to force yourself to do it. Your memory will be trained. That's beautiful. My memory's been trained. Thank you.
Beautifully put. Now, I promise to do the raffle and we'll do it now. I see still hands up, so I'll stay after the raffle. But since we promised 3 o'clock and it's already 3:04, now I'm turning the microphone to Wallace, to our fantastic Wallace. Your turn. We're going to select 3 prizes. One is already pre-selected. We are going to reward the first person to sign up to this workshop today. And then 2 others, Wallace will do his magic.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Wallace.
Hi, Sally. All right.
So he is our person at the front desk. He's the computer whiz. If you work with us, you know who Wallace is.
Hi, Wallace.
Hello. All right. So yeah.
What are we doing?
All right. Well, we're going to be generating the first name for the first prize, which is your choice of one lifetime access to a special focus course. And I guess let's start that.
Okay. So one
I don't know if
special
everyone can see the
focus
screen.
course. Yeah, we see the screen.
Okay. And now we wait and wait.
Oh, how many people?
It was like 100. It's like, how many are in here? The linen thread. Wow.
Okay.
I think it's an email address, but I feel like I know who it is.
And so we are going to reach out, right?
I will reach out to the winners afterwards to let them know about their prize and how to claim it. And now the second prize is for a 30-minute consultation with Marek. And
This is our new thing, because the premium members who will sign up for the premium package, the membership, we added personalized coaching. That means in addition to having access to live classes, all these special focus courses that I mentioned, all the new special focus courses dealing with all these conditions, we are also starting with a 30-minute consultation with me and 3 additional sessions with our practitioners to help you guide how to use the platform, how to pre-select lessons to coach you, because we believe in coaching being so important in the process of improving. All right, so go get it.
All right.
Oh, Deborah.
Deborah had actually
Welcome.
messaged me earlier, and she said, if by chance I win the raffle, select someone else.
Uh-oh, so generous of you, Deborah.
Okay, let's see.
So we do the second drawing.
Yes.
No, Deborah said, unbelievable, I never win stuff.
And then the winner of the 30-minute consultation is Marie-France Noire.
Okay, so congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes.
And the third one is to the person who signed up first, right?
Yes.
And this is the 30-day basic membership, that month membership that allows you to come to live classes and the audio library and video library of our lessons. And that first person, is it? Do you remember, Wallace?
It is Astrid.
Astrid.
Okay. Maybe I'm butchering her last name, but yes, Astrid.
So we are going to reach out to all the 3 winners. Congrats. I'm looking forward to seeing you online. And now we'll go back to the few more questions. We will also send the follow-up email to you with the recording of today's session, if you'd like to see the anatomy closer or do it one more time. And also there will be an offer for the membership premium. It will be $100 off of our yearly premium offer. And this will be only until Monday night. So you have the 24 hours to use that. All right, Joanne, you're next.
Yes, hello.
Hello there.
I'm so happy that I did this. I had a little experience with Feldenkrais at the 63rd Street Y, but they don't seem to be doing it anymore. So I'm very interested in your live classes, and I'm not quite sure how I would do that, where you're located.
We are located in Chelsea on 26th Street. Our website is www.bettermovement.com. One word, bettermovement.com.
So I can get
Yes, so you can get all the information there, schedule of classes. Yeah. And
Thank
also,
you.
if you click on the link of the email that will send it to you, there'll be information how to access us. So welcome. We love
Thank
new students. We love
Thank you.
new, intelligent, curious people. Hanya, you're next.
Marek, I just want to say that thanks to you, I'm a Feldenkrais junkie. I cannot live without doing my work. And I want to tell people that I really recommend your special courses if they don't have time to become a regular practitioner of the Feldenkrais method, because you learn so much in those courses. And they tend to be 5 weeks, a month, in which now that you give homework every day, not that I always do it, but that for other people, I think it's going to be extremely useful, focusing on certain aspects. And I love the idea of your first course of dealing with things that we have to do every day, because I'm sure it's going to be very useful. So thank you.
Thank you, Hanya. Thank you, thank you. Lila, you're next.
Yeah, here I am. Well, I have no words. Your classes are really, for practitioners, for instance, is such a way of keeping updated and not to have to go all the time, running into the books and the textbooks to see something, or because the way you fit it, it really, connected with the practice, things become real, to the point that, in my case, that I have many issues that I deal with pain. I have learned beyond just from my own, just for what it settles inside, just by doing the special the special classes that you prepare. Everything leaves a little more learning that's very individual, that it's unbelievable, because it's like, yes, I don't have access right now to have functional integration classes, but it's like really a sequence of functional integration that very, very slowly start making changes, to the point that, in my observation, when a change is starting to happen, and all of a sudden you do something that you used to do that was not well organized, immediately my system puts a warning with some little pain, of some little discomfort, or some little dysfunction somewhere, and then I know, what, and a new learning comes out of it, and a new search and exploration for new paths, because that actually the system doesn't accept it anymore. And I don't know how is that you do it, but it works, Marek. It works.
Thank you, Lila, so much. Thank you. I'm a great believer in theory being the most practical thing there is. Knowing good theory, knowing. I try in the work to share evidence-based findings. What research tells us, what modern rehabilitation medicine proves, because often, especially early on, maybe not anymore as much, people think of the Feldenkrais method being this new agey alternative thing. And I actually think it's so scientifically based that is unbelievable. There's nothing alternative in it. I think what Dr. Feldenkrais found and developed is going to be a foundation of what future mainstream rehabilitation medicine is. So thank you so much. Sharon, next.
So absolutely. I mean, and the fact that you in situ, in the instant, you teach, and immediately is learned in the body. It's not in the body, in your system. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. It's that little thing that touches you, and it goes so deep. And that's a fantastic thing. It's just the way you're teaching. Is, as everybody says, they find contained even you are there far away, through the Zoom, you are here in my perception, I'm sure it happens to everybody, is some little something that doesn't leave you, and it will stick till the next lesson and stick till the other and accompany you in life. So I'm looking forward for the next one, everyday life movement.
Thank you. Thank you, Lila. Sharon, next. It's my birthday tomorrow, so it's all fantastic.
Happy birthday.
I'm someone who fits into probably every category of people. I came from a very catastrophic injury 7 years ago, Marek and Kasia.
7 years. Whoa.
Yeah, I pulled all 3 of my hamstrings completely off the bone and had them re-sewn back on. Don't do that. But I then subsequently became a nationally ranked saber fencer. I'd only been fencing 3 months. It didn't happen fencing. And I became a more graceful figure skater than I ever had been growing up my whole life. And I work with babies and children, and my work with Kasia and Marek has helped me to tune into and recognize what I probably knew unconsciously about movement with babies and how to help train teachers to work with babies. But I had a really, I had forgotten to do this for a long time, and I did it this last fencing tournament. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had an 8 o'clock start time. And even though I have a fencing roommate, I lay on the floor in the dark and I did a lesson. And I always have to do that because it really got me centered over my pelvis. It calmed me down intensely. And I got back up on the podium again and had an interesting experience yesterday. Might be hard for most of you to understand this, but I'm jockeying with moving blades onto different skates, different boots. And I got on the ice and the left blade was a fraction wrong in the back. And I had a coach videotape me so I can take it back to the blade guy. And she said, look, you've been skating for 60 years. Your body knows that that blade's in the wrong place. And so it's such a minute thing, but I don't know that I would have recognized it as being the blade earlier, because I knew myself well enough from what I've done with you guys to know, wow, it's the blade. It isn't actually me. But they put me back together and put out a lot of fires and made me stronger and more graceful than I ever knew I could be. So thank you to both of you. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. And this is the testimony of that sharpening your nervous system, the sensory and perception, to interpret where is the trouble, right? Because so often we get into trouble and we know something is wrong, but we don't know how to fix it and we don't know what to do with it. But if you get deeper knowledge of yourself, you start to, because just like Sharon was warming up at the same tournament where I went, I was warming up also because I need 2 hours to just get up and moving with my acute back pain injury. And then slowly moving, I can do this within this range, that range. Sally, you're next.
Yay. So I am like Sharon. I live in gratitude to the center. I too came with a horrific injury. Marek knows the story. I walked in and I said, my physical therapist said, you're my last choice because I keep breaking what they're trying to fix. There's something between my ears that's broken. I have since run 3 marathons, half marathons, and I tell Marek this, I hear his voice on my long runs. Is my jaw tight? Am I breathing evenly? And no, you don't think about every step and you don't overtune it and you get into that moment, but you live so profoundly in your body. And you do, like Sharon, sense something that's slightly off. I know when the new running shoes don't fit quite right. I know when New Balance changes its last and adjusts its heel, because I go out in my first step and I'm thinking, I've been running in my body for 63 years. There are 2 other things I think that didn't come across in the seminar. One, we are the nicest group of people you will ever meet. And somehow in the pandemic, online, we formed a community. And I still come to the live classes when I can, but when I can't, the community is there and they are real. And we are the nicest group of people I think you're ever going to find on the internet or in a room. And the other thing is, those of you who are raising children or going through it the second stage with grandchildren, this is a hoot. I watch my grandkids and I hear every one of Marek's lessons. I have watched them roll over. I have mimicked them rolling over. I have crawled alongside of them. And I think, this is how the brain works. So thank you. I don't think I would have had that insight at all. And it's made this next stage of life just so much more plugged in. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sally. That's touching. Nikki, you're next.
Well, I can second what everyone has said, actually, and I won't bore you with going over the same things. I am in advanced years and have had many challenges. I am osteoporotic. I've had injuries, and I can only say that Marek's, well, first of all, I got involved with Feldenkrais in the late 80s, and then I even took some training, and then I got away from it. And I really don't know how I discovered Marek's, physical therapy, New York City, but I'm so grateful. I would definitely encourage you to try the focus classes. The other thing is Marek and Kasia. I'm sure I haven't worked with Kasia, but Marek is so generous with his time to answer questions and help people. And I would encourage people who are older with injuries to don't be afraid. He is such a wonderful guide. And thank you so much, Marek.
Thank you, Nikki, so much. Taffy next. We'll do 4 more. Taffy, Anna, Joanna, and Linda, because we are already 22 minutes past. So sorry to keep you longer. Being on time is not my forte with those workshops. Taffy, if you're still there, unmute yourself, please. And if not, we're going to skip to Anna. Maybe Anna.
Thank you, Marek, and thank you, Kaiser. So I arrived in New York City just over a year ago. I've lived in many countries, and I was drawn to the Feldenkrais Method a number of years ago, where I practiced in Toronto. And I sort of started a little bit haphazardly coming along, but over the course of the year, I've done many of the workshops, and now I'm coming on a Monday and a Wednesday live to Kaiser's classes. And they've been really beneficial in helping me integrate how I kind of go out into my environment here in New York City, where everything is, it's high stimulus, everything's new again. So yeah, I can't thank you both enough for what these courses have done for me and continue to do. And I have to say I'm aware of way too much, but I'm working through that. So thank you. And to everyone that I've met just on Zoom, you're right, it does become a community, a small one, but it starts to grow. So yeah, so thank you.
It's a good group of people. People who are curious are fun to be around. Linda, let's hear you. You are muted, so I'm asking you to unmute. Press unmute button.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed that. I live very close to you, so I'd be interested in coming in for a class, but I just went to your website and I clicked on this and clicked on that, and I couldn't find any schedule of live classes.
There is in our, let me see if I can, maybe Wallace, you can help me, or let's see. Okay, I'll share the screen now. So this is our website. I'll go to our website. This is the workshop from today. And if you scroll down, this is our homepage, right?
I got there.
At the top of the homepage, you have courses. These are the special focus courses. And then if you click next to services, then is a book a class, Kasia's class in the morning, information about the membership, one-on-one session. If you go to about, You can read about our team, who we are, the
Uh-huh.
methods that we use, etc., testimonials from the clients. And if you click on contact us, you will see the location. It's
Oh, okay.
134
was
West
clicking-
26th Street. And the phone number,
I have the phone number. I was clicking on classes and they said I don't have access to that page, but you're saying I click on services.
to book a class, if you want to, then you need to, if you are interested in becoming a member, because really, if you come for 3 classes a month, you're already it's more advantageous for you to become a member.
Yeah, but you see that it depends what time, and I've got to get to a page where I get the options of what time and what days. And you're saying if I click on schedule,
if you go to services and
services,
then book a
services.
class, then you will see the page that you have here, and it's scheduled on Monday. There is a class at 8 in the morning. Tuesday, I teach the class at 12:30, the walking class. Then Wednesday, 9 a.m., Kasia is doing a class, and at 5:30, there is posture class with Marion. And then on Thursday at 12:30, there is a class with Janet.
Okay.
So, and if it's the information you can't find, give us a call. Wallace, Ali, or Sandy will give you all the information. So
Okay,
we're there for you.
Okay, thank you. Great.
Super.
Okay.
So one more time, thank you so much for spending these 2.5 hours with me, and I hope we see each other again. All my best.
Have a fabulous birthday and many, many more.
Thank you.
Happy
And
birthday.
yeah,
Happy
and
birthday,
Kasia,
Marek.
Kasia's,
Happy birthday.
Kasia's birthday is the day after me. So
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Masha. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
bye. So long.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.